I only have 1 year left, the mountain man said. Give me a kid to pass stuff to, and you'll get everything. This is the story of a simple young lady from a far-off trading spot and a famous mountain man dealing with his last winter, joined by need, but hit by something way deeper than just staying alive. Hey there, my good buddy. This is Jasper Ashwood, your storyteller for Mountain Tales. Before we jump in, be sure to hit subscribe and leave a comment down there saying where you're listening from. A huge hug to everyone, and I hope you like the tale. The mountains kept their secrets tight, and not many guys knew them as well as those who earned their keep up high, following trap paths by beaver creeks and swapping furs at the yearly rent. These were guys who followed their own ways, who listened to no boss but nature, who made their money one fur at a time, in spots so out there that months went by without spotting another white person. The late afternoon sun threw long shadows over the trading post at Bear Creek, a rough bunch of log huts tucked in a valley where trappers came down from up high to swap their furs, stock up, and sometimes hang out before going back to the wild. In the tiniest hut at the edge of the place, Emma worked by the dimming light, her needle going steady through the deerskin she was fixing. She was 24 years old with strong hands scarred from years of tough jobs, sewing, cooking, washing, whatever work the trading post needed. Her dark blonde hair tied in a braid and pinned up tight caught the last bits of sun through the one window. Outside she could hear the noises of the post, guys fighting over the cost of beaver plumes, the clang of the blacksmith's hammer, horses nickering in the pen. Her Aunt Ruth coughed from the bed in the corner, a rough rattly noise that had gotten way too normal over the last winter. Emma put down her work and went to her aunt's side, helping her sit up just enough to sip from the tin cup of water mixed with pine needle tea. Ruth was 56 years old, but looked way older, her face thin and white, her breaths hard. She had brought up Emma after fever got both her parents when Emma was 9, showing her all she knew about getting by on the edge of things, how to tan hides, make pemmican spot weather clues, and most key, how to be handy to the tough guys who came through the post. They stayed in one room, stuck to the back of the trading post's main hut, pay for the jobs Emma did, sewing and fixing deerskin clothes, cooking food for the post's boss and random visitors. It wasn't a lot, but it kept them with food and a roof. The trading post boss, a guy named Silas Henderson, was okay enough, and he let Ruth stay even though her sickness made her unable to work. But Emma knew their spot was shaky. Henderson had said more than once that he needed folks who could do their share. If Ruth couldn't get better, if Emma couldn't do enough jobs for both, they'd be kicked out. And where could they head? There were no other spots within a week's trip, and Ruth could hardly walk across the room without falling over. It was early April, and the winter's hold was finally easing up. Soon the spring group would show up, trappers coming down from their winter camps with the year's haul, excited to swap furs for stuff, gunpowder, tobacco, and whiskey. The post would be wild for weeks, and Emma would be busy from sun up till way after dark. She had grown up near mountain men, these scruffy bearded dudes who smelled like woodsome smoke and animal grease, who talked a mix of English, French, Spanish, and different Indian tongues, who could last months in spots that would kill most guys. Some were nice, some were rude, all were super on their own. Among the trappers who came to Bear Creek, none was more famous than Nathaniel Bridger. Emma had heard tales about him since she was a kid, how he lasted 3 winters solo up high after his first buddy died, how he knew the mountains better than any white guy around, how he once walked 100 miles through snow with a broken leg to get help. He was said to have stashes of beaver furs worth tons hidden somewhere in the mountains, the piled up riches from 15 years of trapping. That spring, as the snow started melting and the creeks ran full with runoff, the trappers started showing up. Emma worked non-stop, cooking huge pots of deer stew, fixing ripped clothes, her hands never still. Ruth's health had gotten worse. The coughing spells now brought up blood, and she could no longer get out of bed without help. Emma felt worry building inside her like a cold rock. It was during the second week of the spring group that Nathaniel Bridger showed up. Emma looked up from dishing stew to voyagers and saw him at the counter bargaining with Silas over a bunch of top beaver furs. He looked skinnier than she recalled, and there was something in how he moved that showed hurt. Over the next few days, Emma saw him around the post. He wasn't boozing and partying like the other trappers. Instead, he seemed to be doing deals with quiet focus, selling not just his furs, but also his traps, his pack mules, and different supplies. It was odd for a mountain man, especially one as good as Bridger. One evening, as Emma was tidying up after dinner, Silas called her into his private spot. She went in nervous. Silas sat behind his rough honeyed desk, and next to him stood Nathaniel Bridger. Up close, she could see the pain lines around his eyes, the light yellow tint to his skin. Emma, Silas started. Mr. Bridger here has an offer for you. I told him about your deal with Ruth, and he wants to chat with you. I'll leave you two to it. He got up and left the room, shutting the door behind him. Emma stood still, her heart thumping. Nathaniel Bridger pointed to the chair. Please sit, Miss Emma. His voice was deep and soft, with a way of talking that showed both school and years in the wild. She sat, her hands held tight in her lap. Bridger stayed standing. I'll talk straight because I don't have time for else. I've seen the doc over in Fort Laram. He checked me and said I have a lump in my liver. He says I have maybe a year, maybe less. There's nothing to fix it. Emma felt a cold shiver go through her. She hadn't expected such direct talk. I'm very sorry, Mr. Bridger. He brushed off her pity. I've had a good run, longer than most guys in my job, but I have a issue. I've spent 15 years making riches in these mountains. I have a cabin up high, a good strong spot. I have stashes of furs and stuff worth more than most guys see ever, and I have no one to pass it to. He went to look out the tiny window at the getting dark mountains. I was married once years back to a Shoshone lady named Singing Bird. She died giving birth and the baby with her. That was 12 years ago. Since then, I've lived solo. But now, facing the end, I get that I don't want all I've made to just blow away. Emma heard him out, not sure where it was going. Bridger turned back to her. I need a kid to pass to, a real one, so there's no doubt about who gets what I leave. I need a wife, and I need a kid. Emma's breath stuck in her throat. I've been checking you these past days, Bridger went on. Silas told me your spot, how your aunt is dying, how you have no kin, no chances. I know what goes on for ladies with no guard on the edge, so I'm giving you a deal. He pulled a chair over and sat across from her. Marry me, come to my cabin in the mountains, have my kid. When I die, all I own is yours. The cabin, the land, all my stuff and furs. You'll have enough to live easy the rest of your days, and your aunt will have help for whatever time she's got. I'll pay for the doc, for meds, for a cozy room here at the post. Emma's thoughts spun. This guy, this famous mountain man, was asking to marry, not from love, but as a deal. Mr. Bridger, I know it's quick, he said. I know it's not what any young lady dreams. I'm not giving you sweet talk or a long fun marriage. I'm giving you a way to stay alive, safe, and a tomorrow. In swap, I get calm knowing my stuff won't end with me, that there'll be a kid with my name to get what I've made. You don't know a thing about me, Emma said soft. I know you're tough. I know you're good at stuff. I know you've lasted on this edge, which is more than most can say. I know you look after your aunt, which shows your heart. That's plenty. He leaned in a bit. I don't need you to love me, Emma. I need you to give me a kid and watch over what I leave. That night, Emma lay awake by Ruth's hard breaths, her thoughts spinning. The offer was shocking, almost rude in its cold way. But as she thought more, she couldn't say no to its smart sense. What tomorrow did she have here? When Ruth died, Emma would be solo, counting on Silas's kindness. The next morning Ruth had another bad coughing spell that brought up blood. When it stopped at last, she lay back, worn out. Emma wiped her face soft, holding back tears. Ruth grabbed her hand with surprise power. What did that mountain man want with you last night? Emma paused, then told her all. Ruth heard, without cutting in. When Emma done, Ruth was quiet for a bit. Then she spoke, her voice just over a whisper. He's giving you a shot at life. Emma, grab it. But Aunt Ruth, it's so cold, so planned out. Life on the edge is cold and planned out, Ruth cut in. This guy is being real with you. He's not faking sweet words. He's giving you a true shot. I'm dying, Emma, we both know it. But I can go easier knowing you'll be okay. Grab his offer. Marry him. Give yourself a tomorrow. Emma spent that day all mixed up. That evening she found Nathaniel Bridger sitting solo outside the trading post, puffing a pipe and watching stars come out over the mountains. She went to him. "Mr. Bridger," he looked at her. "I'll take your offer, but I have rules." He stood, putting his pipe away. "Say them." "My Aunt Ruth must have the top care for as long as she lives. A real doc. Good meds, a warm, cozy room. I want your word on that. You got it. And I want it clear that I'll raise the kid how I think best. I'll teach him or her to be good and nice, not just to get by. I'd want nothing else. And I want to know more about where we'll live." Bridger nodded. "My cabin is about a week's trip from here, high in the mountains near the Continental Divide. It's strong, made to handle the worst winters. There's a good spring close, woods full of animals. It's alone. The closest folks are Crow Indians, about 2 days' ride east, and they're friendly. I've swapped with them for years. It's a tough life, Emma. The winters are rough, but the cabin has all we'll need, and you'll be safe there." The next morning, Emma and Nathaniel got married in the trading post's main room. The event was short, seen by Silas Henderson, his wife, a few trappers, and Ruth, who had said she had to be carried in even with her weakness. The preacher read from his Bible. They said their vows, and it was done. Emma became Mrs. Nathaniel Bridger, wife of a mountain man she hardly knew. True to his word, Nathaniel paid for a doc to come from Fort Laramie. The guy checked Ruth, gave meds and drinks, and set up her to have a clean room in Henderson's own place. Nathaniel paid in gold coins, handing them out no pause. During that week of waiting, Emma and Nathaniel were in a weird in-between. He was polite but far, spending days getting ready for their trip. On their wedding night, and the nights after, Nathaniel came to Emma's room. Their times were careful, full of respect, but no warm feelings. He was doing his side of the deal, and so was she. A week after their wedding, it was time to go. Emma said bye to Ruth, knowing she might never see her aunt again. They hugged tight for a bit. "Be tough, kid. Be happy, you earned it." The trip into the mountains was nothing like Emma had known. Nathaniel went first on his Appaloosa stallion, a horse he called Windrunner, that he'd got in swap from the Nez Perce 5 years back. Emma rode a softer mare with a chill mood. Behind them came 3 pack mules full of stuff: flour, salt, coffee, bullets, traps, blankets, and all the things they'd need to last the next year up high. They went through spots that got wilder bit by bit. The beat-up paths near the trading post turned to ways only a mountain man knew. Animal paths that Nathaniel followed with a gut feel from years in the wild. They crossed fast streams big with snowmelt, the cold water up to the horses' bellies, and Nathaniel showed Emma how to lift her feet and let the horse find ground. On the first night, they camped in a field by a fast creek. Emma watched as Nathaniel set camp with easy skill, tying the horses where they could eat, taking off only what they needed, making a fire in a stone circle that looked used lots before. "This is one of my usual camps," he said. "I've probably spent 100 nights in this spot over the years." He showed her how to set her bedroll to keep warm, how to keep her powder dry. As they ate dinner, deer jerky, and heart attack, he pointed out spots in the getting dark land. "See that peak with the double top? That's what the Shoshone call Sleeping Buffalo. When you can see that peak, you know you're 2 days from my cabin." Emma took it all in, asking stuff, making notes in her head. Nathaniel seemed happy by her curiosity. "Most ladies from towns can't get used to this life," he said. "They miss folks, the safety of walls. But you've got what it takes to be a mountain lady." The second day they went higher, getting into spots where big pine woods turned to groups of aspen, and then to open fields with wildflowers. Emma had never seen such big stretches of untouched wild, such tall peaks topped with snow. "This is what I came west for," Nathaniel said as they stopped to let the horses rest. "This feel of being on top of the world, of being the only people for 100 miles anyway. Some guys can't take the alone time, but for me, it's freedom like no other." That evening, as they set camp near a crystal-clear mountain lake, Nathaniel caught trout with a line and hook with awesome skill. He taught Emma how to clean the fish, how to cook them on flat stones hot in the fire. The food was basic but yummy. "Tell me about Singing Bird," Emma asked as they sat by the fire that night, the stars shiny up top. Nathaniel was quiet for a bit. She was the chief's niece, pretty like mountain ladies are, tough, good at stuff, not scared. I met her during my second winter in these mountains. I was 20 years old, almost frozen when her folks found me. They could have left me to die. Instead, they took me to their winter camp, fed me, got me healthy again. Singing Bird was the one who looked after me most. He smiled at the thought. She taught me their talk, showed me how they got by in spots that almost killed me. When spring hit and I was set to go, I got that I didn't want to leave, not without her. We made a home together, trapped together, lived like her folks did. She could shoot better than most guys I knew, could follow deer through spots where I saw His voice got softer. She was with child when the fever got her. I tried all white man's meds, Indian fixes, prayers. Nothing did it. She died in my arms and the baby died with her. A son. Emma reached out and held his hand. I'm sorry. It was 12 years ago, but sometimes it feels like yesterday. He looked at her then. I don't plan to swap what I had with her, but maybe there are other kinds of love. Maybe what we make together can be its own thing, good in its own way. I'd like that, Emma said soft. The third day took them through a high spot where snowbirds still hung around. The air was thin and cold, and Emma fought to breathe. Nathaniel watched her close, slowing down. The mountain sick can hit bad if you're not used to the height, he said. We'll go down soon. As they went down, they saw a small group of big horn sheep sitting crazy on a rock cliff. They stopped to watch, amazed at how the animals moved on ground that looked totally impossible. The mountains are packed with wonders like that, Nathaniel said. Things that most folks will never see, never even think of. On the fourth night, they camped in a safe canyon where old drawings covered the rock walls. Pics of elk and hunters painted by folks long gone. Nathaniel made their fire near the pics. The old ones did these, he said. Folks who lived here way before the Shoshone or Crow. They got these mountains, respected them. That's something to keep in mind. At night, Nathaniel made their fire, cooked their dinner, and told her about the spots they were going through. He talked about the mountains with real care, telling about fave hunting spots, places where he rode out storms or met grizzly bears. Emma got hooked on these tales, on this peek into a life so unlike what she knew. Why did you pick this life? She asked one evening as they sat by their campfire. He was quiet for a sec, looking at the flames. I came west after the War of 1812. I was 17, didn't want to stick east and work in my dad's shop. I wanted freedom, fun, to see spots no white guy had. The fur biz was hot then. I joined a trading group, came up the Missouri River, and never went back. And your wife, Singing Bird, his face softened. I met her at a Shoshone camp my second winter here. She was the chief's niece, pretty and nice. We married by their ways, and for 5 years we lived together, trapping and swapping. She showed me more about getting by in these mountains than any white guy could. When she died, he stopped. When she died, I threw myself into work. The mountains became my safe spot. Do you miss her? Every day. He looked at Emma. Then I'm not giving you what I had with her. I couldn't if I tried, but I'll try to be fair with you, Emma. I'll try to make this year we got together as good as it can. I'll try too, Emma said soft. On the 5th day they ran into a crow hunting group. 5 fighters on painted horses with guns and old weapons. Emma's heart beat fast with scare, but Nathaniel said hi, calm, using hand signs and words in their talk. The fighters' first caution turned to smiles of knowing. They got off and hugged Nathaniel like a bro, talking fast in crow and chuckling at inside jokes. The boss, a guy named Spotted Elk, with a scar on his cheek and eagle feathers in his hair, checked Emma with open wonder. Nathaniel talked to him long, pointing at Emma at the mountains ahead. Spotted Elk nodded, then came to Emma and put his hand on his heart, saying words she didn't get. He says you're welcome here. Nathaniel said that any lady of Nathaniel Bridger is a pal to the Crow folks. He's giving us fresh buffalo meat from their hunt. They ate with the fighters, cooking buffalo meat over the fire and sharing a pipe. Emma watched amazed as Nathaniel switched easy between 2 worlds, white guy and mountain guy. The Crows seemed to really look up to him, treating him like family. Spotted Elk told tales through Nathaniel's words. Stories of new hunts, news of other groups in the area, alerts about Blackfeet, raid groups to the north. He talked of a tough winter 2 years back when Nathaniel shared his food cache with Spotted Elk's group, saving them from hunger. Nathaniel Bridger does not forget his pals, Spotted Elk said, and we do not forget him. Before going, Spotted Elk talked to Emma straight in slow English. The mountain is good spot for tough ladies. You will do good. When you need help, send word. Crow, people will come. He gave her a small medicine bag with beads. For safety, he said. For new life you carried. Emma was shocked. She hadn't told anyone yet about maybe being with child. Hadn't even told Nathaniel. But Spotted Elk smiled like he knew. Mountain ladies know these things. Your child will be tough like Dad. As the crow rode off, Emma turned to Nathaniel. How did he know? Decro watched close. They spot things most white folks miss. Changes in how a lady moves, how she holds herself. Spotted Elk is like a healer. He sees what others don't. They got to Nathaniel's cabin on the 7th day of trip. It was in a high valley ringed by pine woods, with a clear stream close and huge peaks up all around. The cabin was bigger and stronger than Emma thought. A solid log build with a stone fire spot, real glass windows, and a roofed porch. I built this 12 years ago, Nathaniel said. After Singing Bird died, I wanted a steady spot to keep my holes and come back to between trap runs. Inside, the cabin was surprising, cozy. There was a main room with the fire spot, a cook area with an iron stove, shelves with stuff, furs up in the beams, and a separate sleep room. The stuff was rough but good made. It's great, Emma said. True. Over the next few days, Emma got into her new life. Nathaniel showed her round. The spring for water, cold and clean, coming up from deep in the mountain, the top spots to find berries and roots, the close field where they could graze animals someday. He took her to a bunch of serviceberry bushes that would have fruit in late summer, 2 bits of wild onions, to a hill where mushrooms grew after rain. He taught her how to shoot his gun, saying she had to be able to guard herself when he was out on trap runs. The first shot, the kick almost knocked her over. But Nathaniel was chill, showing her how to hold the gun right, how to steady breaths. By the end of the first week, she could hit a spot at 50 yards. Good, Nathaniel said with okay. Out here, shooting good might save you one day. Grizzly bears, mountain lions, there are risks, though rare if you're smart. Their day routine came quick. Nathaniel got up before light to hunt or check traps he kept in close creeks. Emma learned even sick. He couldn't stop trapping. It was in him. He'd come back with beaver skins or muskrat hides, sometimes a duck or grouse for dinner, and he'd show Emma how to skin and stretch the furs right. Emma would look after the cabin, make food, do sewing and fixing. Nathaniel was a chill teacher, telling all from how to smoke meat right to how to spot weather in clouds. See those clouds piling over the west peaks, he'd say. That means rain tomorrow. Always watch weather. It can get bad quick in the mountains. She learned how to make pemmican, smashing dry meat with berries and fat into a good mix that lasted months. She learned how to tan hides with the animal's own brains, a dirty job but made soft leather. She learned how to spot animal marks, paw prints of wolves and coyotes, the split hooves of elk and deer, the big prints from grizzly bears. Nathaniel showed her his work spot, a small add-on to the cabin where he made and fixed traps, made his own bullets, and worked leather into clothes and shoes. A mountain man gotta do for himself, he said. The closest smith is a week off. If you need stuff here, you make it or go without. He had maybe 20 books wrapped careful in oiled cloth, books on nature, Shakespeare's plays, Lewis and Clark's notes, even poems. My dad was a teacher back in Pennsylvania, Nathaniel said. He made sure I could read and write before I took off west. I've never been sorry for that learning. They got into a flow of working next to each other. Emma stitched shoes while Nathaniel fixed traps. They moved round each other in the small cabin with more ease, learning each other's ways. Nathaniel was neat and set up, which made the tight spot feel less squished. Their bond stayed proper but not cold. They chatted at meals, talking real stuff. Bit by bit, the talks got deeper. Nathaniel told her about his trip west as a young guy, about going up the Missouri River on a keelboat, about his first look at the Rocky Mountains. I thought I was ready, he said, but nothing gets you set for the real, the big size, the wild, how they make you feel tiny and yet more alive. Emma talked about her kid days, about fuzzy thoughts of her parents before fever got them. She told him about Ruth, about how her aunt was mom and teacher. I never thought I'd get a shot at better, she said. I thought I'd work at that trading post till old, then die there with zilch to show. And now, Nathaniel asked, now I'm in a cabin up high, married to a mountain man, learning stuff I never thought. It's odd, but it feels okay somehow, like this is where I was meant to be. At night, Nathaniel came to their bed with careful respect, and Emma took him, both doing their deal. But even these times started to shift a bit. There was less weird, more soft. After Nathaniel would lie by her for a few minutes. In those quiet bits they sometimes chatted, and Emma started to see past his rough outside to the thinking lonely guy under. One night a bad mountain storm came in. Lightning cut the sky. Thunder boomed like big guns and rain hit the cabin roof hard. Emma, who never saw weather like this, got scared even with the strong walls. Nathaniel saw her fear and sat by her on the bed. The cabin has handled worse storms than this, he told her. These walls are 2 feet thick. The roof is good. We're safe here. It's so wild, Emma said, jumping as another thunder boom shook the place. The mountains are wild sometimes, but they're also pretty, caring, full of life. You gotta take all parts, the soft and the rough. That's what it means to live real, anywhere, I guess. Taking good with bad, they sat together through the bad part of the storm, and after Nathaniel stayed by her all night, it was the first time he didn't go back to his own bedroll, and Emma found nice in him being there. It was late June when Emma first thought she might be with child. The clues were small at first. Morning sick, extra tired, sore in her chest. She waited 2 more weeks to be sure before telling Nathaniel. They sat on the porch after dinner, watching sunset color the mountain tops gold and pink. Nathaniel, she said quiet, I think I'm having your kid. Who put down the leather bit he worked on and looked at her. For a sec, his face was blank. Then something shifted. A soft look came in his eyes. You sure? As sure as I can. All the clues are there. He reached and held her hand. Thanks, he said, voice rough with feeling. Thanks, Emma. That night was diff. When Nathaniel came to her, there was soft that wasn't before. After, he didn't leave right away. Instead, he lay by her in the dark, one hand soft on her still flat belly. I want you to know, he said quiet. When I first did this deal, I saw it just as smart biz. But these past months, living with you, seeing you get used to this life, you've given more than just kid promise. You've given calm. For the first time in 12 years, this cabin feels home. Emma felt tears sting her eyes. You've given me stuff too, a life I never thought possible. Safe, yes, but also pretty. I love these mountains, Nathaniel, I love this life. He pulled her near, and she put her head on his chest, hearing his heart. Something shifted between them that night. What started as cold deal was getting warmer, real. As summer went on, that warmth grew. Nathaniel got more caring, more open sweet. He brought her wild flowers from the field, showed her his fave spots in the mountains, taught her Shoshone words singing bird taught him. He talked past more easy, making her chuckle with stories of close shaves and dumb goofs. Thanks so much for sticking this far. If you're still here, comment hard to show you got to this bit in the tale. The baby time went smooth. Nathaniel worried over her, saying she rests more, do less hard jobs. He started winter prep with new energy, hunting and saving meat, getting wood. It was early September then Nathaniel told her more on his sick. The hurt is worse, he said. I feel it deep in my belly. I might have less time than Doc thought. I gotta make sure you know all. Where my caches hide, how to swap with Crow, what to do if emergency to trading post. Over next weeks Nathaniel taught Emma all he knew. He showed her his hidden caches in mountains, each marked with small clues only she spot. He brought her to crow hunt groups through valley. Spotted Elk said to Emma his folks would look out for her and help if needed. Nathaniel Bridger is our pal, Spotted Elk told her in slow English. His lady is our pal, too. You need help, send word. We come. Autumn brought awesome pretty to mountains, but also real of Nathaniel's health. He moved more slow now, face often tight with hurt. One cool October morning, Emma found him on a log by cabin, breathing heavy, one hand on side. She helped him back in and got him in chair by fire. Nathaniel, all is set, Emma said, kneeling by his chair. You've prepped good. Please rest. He reached and cubed her face with one rough hand. You've become all I didn't know I needed, he said soft. I started this deal thinking just legacy, but you, Emma, you've given way more. You've given love in my last months. I love you, Emma said. Words easy. I don't know when, but I do. I love you, Nathaniel. And I love you, he said back, eyes shiny with wet. God help, I love you more than thought. I wish more time, but no. I need you to promise stay tough. Promise raise our kid to love these mountains. Promise not shut away and sad, but live full. I promise, she whispered, tears down face. First big snows came late November. Nathaniel couldn't hide bad health. Hurt constant. He lost lots weight. Emma did all to make comfy. Making food he keep. Brewing teas. Dull hurt. Sitting with him long nights. On bitter cold December night. Nathaniel woke Emma. Soon, he said quiet. I feel it. Things to tell you. He talked slow, saying where find key papers. How reach lawyer in Fort Laram, which swappers trust. The key, he said. Need you know these months with you, gift. I ready die alone in mountains, instead dying loved. Knowing leave woman tough to build life here. You've made all worth, Emma. Christmas came. Quiet, they sat by fire, head on shoulder, hand on swollen belly where child moved, kicked. He's tough, Nathaniel said soft. Feeling moves, or she is. On 1st January day, as bad winter storm howled out, Emma started labor. Nathaniel barely awake, but Emma prepped. She pushed through pains with hard will. Labor long hard, through day into night. Finally, dawn, January 2nd, baby born. Boy. Small, healthy, strong lungs filled cabin cries. Emma cleaned wrapped warm blankets carried to Nathaniel bedside. Nathaniel eyes opened at cry. Emma put baby in dad arms, holding both. Nathaniel looked at son, tears free down rough face. He's perfect, whispered. Jacob, our Jacob. Baby quieted dad voice. Minutes, dad son looked each other. Emma watched, own tears. Care him, Nathaniel said. Look Emma, teach good, tough, love mountains. Tell me, loved mum, loved him before born, died thankful gift both. I will, Emma promised. Hell no, you, Nathaniel. Nathaniel kissed son forehead soft, let Emma take back. Settled baby cradle Nathaniel built months ago, back husband's side. Lay by him, he used strength hold close. Thanks, whispered all, given best end could ask. Lay as winter dawn brighter, little Jacob slept cradle. Nathaniel breaths slower, shallow. Emma held, whisper love, sing soft, give peace, final moments. Sun full up, Nathaniel Bridger last breath. Peaceful, gentle, quiet, slip away. Emma held long, cry silent. Byman gave much short time. Days after hardest Emma life. Newborn care, dead husband, bury ground thaw. Real alone mountain cabin, dead winter. But had Nathaniel legacy, lessons, preps, love. Drew all. Wrapped body blankets, put barn cold keep till spring. Cared baby Jacob, thrived tough spots. Tended fire, animals, basic needs survive. Move grief, strength Nathaniel always said had. Winter long lonely. Emma talked Jacob always. Tell dad stories. Read Nathaniel journal, learn more man loved. Found entry weeks before wedding. Today, made off a young woman Bear Creek. Practical deal, nothing more. But something eyes, quiet strength makes think found who need. Spring came eventually. Soon snow melt. Emma dug grave, hillside overlooked valley spot. Nathaniel told loved sit watch sunset. Buried with rifle, favorite knife. Follow mountainman way. Spoke words, grave promised, make proud. Months after showed Emma true stuff. Managed cabin, cared Jacob. Started learn fair trade real. First week's hardest. Fire going all time. Melt snow water since creek frozen hard. Save food, careful nurse, hungry baby need constant feed. Deal deep lonely, only person, miles, anyway. Nights temp low cabin walls, crack groan, wind, howl like a live thing try rip roof. Emma sit fire, Jacob arms wander, survive till spring. But think, Nathaniel, Faith, her belief strong enough life, find will go on. Found strength reserves not no had. Fell back all Nathaniel taught. Every skill, patience shown months together. Checked traps, learn reset, find beaver muskrat. Fingers go numb, freeze waterwork. Hunted small game rabbits, grouse rifle. Shoot better need. Ice fish, frozen creek. Use Nathaniel ways, pool trout holes, ice. Cold hard lungs hurt. Jacob thrived harsh. Grow big, strong weak. Emma plenty milk. Baby seem strong. Rare fussy. Sleep good cabin cold. Talked constant work. Tell dad, mountains, life build together. Sometimes deepest winter. Cold bitter wolves howl far. Hold Jacob close, sing old hymns, mum taught. Find comfort known tunes. Feel less alone, vast, wild. Read Nathaniel journal candle after Jacob's sleep. Learn more man loved. Kept over 15 years. Pages full notes. Wildlife, weather. Tales, close calls, good hunts. Deep thoughts, life wild. Detail notes, trap spots, cache sites. Found entry weeks before wedding. Wrote, today made off a young woman, Bear Creek. Practical deal, nothing more. But something eyes. Quiet strength, dignity despite spots. Makes think found who need. Later entries said name. Track change feelings. Emma gets used quick, I thought. No whine hard work alone. Sometimes catch look mountains. Wonder reminds how felt first west. Hope come love place, I do. Later still. Find think her odd times. Check traps. Hunt alone high. Not just kid make, but her who is. Thinks. Makes. Mile. Dill become more. Something not expect. Not sure. Deserve. Grateful. Final entry days before Jacob births tears. Emma eyes every read. Dying no. Pain always. Weak grow day. But no afraid. Emma given thought lost forever. Singing bird die. Feel home. Truly known. Another. Loving be loved back. Die tomorrow. Die lucky man. Only regret no sea child grow. No help. Emma challenges ahead. But stronger knows. Survive. Thrive. Child, grow, no truly free mountains. Legacy, content. Emma shut journal, held chest, cry quiet not wake Jacob. Nathaniel believed her, saw strength even doubt self. Prove right, not just survive. Master life gave, honor memory become all saw her. Spring came eventually, always mountains. Soon snow melt ground thawed dig. Emma dug grave hillside overlooked valley. Spot Nathaniel told loved sit watch sunset. Wrapped body best blanket buckskin coat. Put rifle favorite knife beside. Mountain men way, lowered earth. Buried care ceremony. Speak words grave, no prayer book. Heart, told loved, keep promises. Raise Jacob worthy dad name. Cried final tears fresh grave. Spent hour carve marker solid pine. On burned words hot iron. Nathaniel Bridger, mountain man. 1803-1843, beloved husband, father, lived free, died, loved, planted wildflowers round grave, promised self-tend every week, never let forgot neglected, walked back cabin Jacob wake cradle, life now build alone. Late summer, Emma made week trip, Bear Creek trading post, several pack mules full top furs. Jacob, 7 months, went strapped back cradle board crow ladies gave, trading post, met surprise, respect. Silas Henderson deal, fair price furs. Emma used part money, make sure Ruth, still alive, everyone's surprise. Had continued care. You've done, Ruth said proud Emma visit. Made life self baby. Nathaniel chose good. Emma back mountain cabin, new stuff renewed will. Though next year's became regular region, rare woman run good trap lines, trade furs. Help Crow taught more mountains. But mostly Windshear will base Nathaniel built. Jacob grew tough, healthy, happy kid, loved mountains dad. Emma told stories Nathaniel every night, tales, adventures, smarts, love wild. Showed, journal, read entries fit age, let's see dad writing. Jacob old enough get, showed dad grave, taught respect mountainman life. Past skills Nathaniel taught, time Jacob 5, help simple jobs, gather wood. Feed chickens, Emma got trading post. Check simple snares, rabbits. Learned ride, gentle pony Emma traded. Go her short trips. Learn mountains, inheritance. Jacob, curious kid, always ask, why father come mountains? How learn track animals? Afraid grizzly bears? Emma answer every patient. Paint pick, Nathaniel, honest, loving. Show son, dad, real man flaws, fears, but huge, brave. Jacob 6, Emma decisions shape rest lives. Cabin always home, but Jacob needs school. Taught read Nathaniel books, Bible bought trading post, but need more. Math, history, places. Began spend winters Bear Creek. School set teacher east. Lady Mrs. Adelaide Hartwell. Emma rent small cabin months. Jacob go school kids, traders, trappers. Mrs. Hartwell impressed Jacob smart. Knowledge most kids know, told Emma. Understands nature, animals, survive. Things books no teach, but needs books give. Jacob did good this two-way life. Winters Bear Creek School. Friends, other kids. See bigger world. Summers mountains, freedom, hard work, deep tie, wild birthright. Emma kept trap trade. Through, became legend kind. Widow Bridger, some call, others mountain woman. Tales spread her skills. Fair trade, way survive, thrive, spots, broke many men. She turned several marry offers years. Trappers liked strength. Traders saw value, knowledge. Even Judge Tripp hooked independence. But Emma no want remarry. Had deep love once. Short change all. Content memory. Jacob 10. Emma taught set trap lines right. Skin stretch pelts. Spot top furs. He learned fast. Show skill pleased. Dad proud. Told successful set first beaver trap. You patience. I detail. Do still miss. Jacob asked. Every day, Emma said. But grateful time. Life made possible. Grateful you. Best both us. Jacob. By time Jacob 12. Doing man work. Check long trap lines. Hunt elk deer. Help Emma major mountain life tasks. But also good studies. Mrs. Hartwell told Emma Jacob makings scholar choose path. Crow stayed big part lives. Spotted elks group arrive spring days visit trade. Jacob close spotted elk grandson. Boy swift arrow to go mountains days hunt explore. Learn each. Jacob 13. Did first long hunt crow. Gone 3 weeks track elk. Emma worry gone. But new part learn. Return. Clear diff. More sure string elk teeth neck spotted elk gave boy courage. Spotted elk told Emma. Faced charge elk no flinch made perfect shot. Worthy dad name. 14. Jacob shot first grizzly bear. Big male raid meets stash. Dangerous. Emma heartthroat. Jacob aim careful. Nathaniel old rifle. Shot true. Bear fell. Butchered together. Make fat. Cure hide. Take claws. Jacob made necklace. One full day. Jacob 15 taller mum. Climbed Nathaniel grave together. Jacob carry wildflowers every year anniversary dad death. Grave kept good. Wood marker Emma carved stand strong. Jacob put flowers grave. Stood quiet sec. Fight feeling. Wish known. Jacob said. Quiet. Voice deep grow man. Really known, not stories. You know, Emma said. Hand son broad shoulder. No legacy. Mountains loved. Values held. Every skill taught came. Every story told shows who. Look you, Jacob. See eyes. Strength. Love place. Patience. Wisdom. Courage. Jacob, look mom. Sometimes angry died could know. Sometimes wonder like lived. Real family here. We real family, Emma said soft. Brief one. Dad knew. Jacob. Held arms. Looked eyes. Named. Died no safe loved. Everything did. Cash showed. Skill taught. Word advice. You. Lived last. Months sure future. Really love. Just still told. Emma smiled. Think back intense months 16 years. Memory clear happened yesterday. Fear, desperate, drove accept Nathaniel offer. Awkward early marriage days. Slow, warm, bloomed real love. Started deal, yes. Desperate fix, desperate spots. Became love. Real, deep, change, love. Dad taught love, not always package, expect. Sometimes best gifts come dressed practical needs. Paused, look valley. Smoke rose, cabin chimney. Horses, grazed field. Stream flow clear cold. Gave everything, safe, purpose. This pretty life mountains. You, most key, you, gave freedom become more ever dreamed. Saw me didn't see self. Believed me, no reason believe self. Jacob quiet sec. I want worthy both. Sometimes feel weight, name, reputation. People talk Nathaniel Bridger like legend kind. Live that. No, live up, Emma said strong. Just self, honest, brave, kind. Dad never said become legend. Lived own rules. Survived best knew, treated fair. Reputation came after, mattered, special end, simpler. Love, family, no life meaning. Squeezed shoulder. Already make proud Jacob, get education never had. Learn both worlds, white, Indian, read write. But track game survive alone while, become own man, not copy dad. What wanted, stood hillsides, sunset peaks. Mom's son tribute mountain man changed lives. Emma thought day Silas Henderson backroom Nathaniel Bridger made direct offer. Terrified, unsure, desperate, accepted wrong reasons, thought time. Look back, 16 years hindsight, hard-won wisdom. God sometimes right way shows unexpected shapes, where disguises hide true, cold deal warmed love. Biz swap became life change gift. Dying man desperate try gave all mattered. Home wild loved. Son showed best both parents. Memories love hold lifetime, most key. No own strength skill. Thought woman been, scared. No power, live day to day, no real tomorrow. No chances, no hope better. Thought woman become, strong, good. Looked up freeways, never thought possible. Nathaniel gave change. Seen potential, no one. Gave tools, chance, become meant. Thank you, Nathaniel, whispered wind, mountains, wherever spirit. Thank seeing something me didn't see self. Thank mountain's sun. Teach means truly free. Thank loving even short time. Thank giving life beyond wildest dreams. Jacob reached took mom hand, moved comfort together. Take care cabin, said. Trap lines, trading, keep all. Keep dad legacy live. Someday kids own. Tell both. Legendary mountain man built all. Strong woman kept going. Proved courage, not never afraid. But afraid doing needs done anyway. Descended hill cabin. Smoke rose chimney. Horses wait corral. Emma felt deep peace over like blessing. Kept promises. Raised Jacob good, strong. Honored Nathaniel memory build life own. Survived thrived mountains claimed many others. Become legend own right. Mountain man legacy lived. Not furs goods left. Not cabin land. But woman become more ever dreamed possible. Boy carried name love wild places. Strength past one generation next. No lives meaning purpose, vast wild called home. That Emma knew deep shore walked together golden evening light, greatest passed down or stories not just fun but leave mark. If story touched heart please subscribe share. This only start. Next story, surprise ways, can't think. Click video show screen ready, feel even more moved.